You know, I was listening to Deacon Paul. He had mentioned, he said, we got some people that's getting baptized. This is their second, third, fourth, hopefully not fifth, but there may be some that this is their fifth time being baptized.
All right.
When we take them down, we need to keep them in the water a little bit. Make sure we get it all out.
Mercy.
Get all that sent out. It said Elder Mishaw, when he took somebody down and baptized him, pulled the person back up out of the water, looked who it was, took him and dipped him back down again.
All right. Mercy.
Paul said, leave them down there for a little bit. Let those sins go out with the tide. But you know, I'm thankful for those who this may be their second or third time, or however many times it is. Look at the 16th verse. What's it say?
For a just man falleth 7 times.
For a just man falleth 7 times. The definition of just is correct or righteous.
Mm-hmm.
For a just man falleth 7 times.
Yes.
And guess what? What?
And riseth up again.
And riseth up again. And what?
But the wicked
shall
fall into mischief.
Shall do what?
Shall fall into mischief.
The wicked shall fall into mischief. You know, a lot of times people fall because of lack of understanding,
mm-hmm.
or because they were in the church but not of the church.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
In the church, warming the seats,
yeah,
but ain't giving your testimony, ain't singing the praises, ain't even listening to the preacher.
Mm.
Or the ones that are of the church. They up singing and shouting, praising God's name. I will sing praises. I will sing praises.
All right.
Giving their testimony, and they taking in. You know, when the gospel is being preached, you see them right there taking notes. I got to take this one back home.
Yeah.
For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but what?
But the wicked shall fall into mischief.
But the wicked shall do what?
Shall fall into mischief.
I thank God that some people had enough sense to get back up. They fell once or they fell twice, but thank God that they have enough sense not to stay down.
Yes.
But they got enough sense to rise back up.
Amen. Thank God.
Turn to Psalms, the 34th chapter. I had gotten in the car one day ready to go somewhere. And I see this, a very abnormal fly. I mean, this was a huge fly.
Mm-hmm.
Right on my window, my windshield. So I'm sitting there looking at this fly. So I'm like, I'm going to have a little bit of fun. So I put the car in gear. 5 miles per hour, fly is still there. 10 miles per hour, the fly is still there. 15, still there. 20, still there. 25, fly still there. 30, still there. I'm sitting here looking down, and I see it take a step back. Because of the wind, it takes a step back.
Mm-hmm.
It falls back a little bit. Get up to 40 miles per hour, and that fly is still there.
Mm.
And you know, all things happen for a reason, church. I took note of the determination of that fly to stay there.
Yeah.
That fly was determined. Even though it may have stepped back a little bit, that fly was determined to stay on that window.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that fly can be that determined to stay on that window, why can't we be that determined to stay out of sin?
Yes. Amen.
If that fly could be that determined that it will go 40 miles per hour, and you know, if I would have picked up speed, it probably would have still be there. It ended up flying off after I turned on the windshield wipers. Flew away. Didn't have no choice but to fly away. But if we can be just as determined as that fly to keep doing righteousness and not sin, then we all can make it into heaven.
All right.
Amen?
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
34th chapter, 19th verse. What?
Many are the afflictions
How
of
many?
the righteous.
It said many,
Yes.
many are the afflictions. For every miles per hour that I increase, that fly was getting afflicted.
Yeah.
Many are the afflictions of the righteous.
Yes.
Now we're talking about newness of life. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but what?
But
But
the Lord delivereth him out of them all.
you see, that fly was determined to stay its course. And just as that fly was determined to stay its course, when you go down and you get dipped in the James River and you come back up, you got to have a determined mind to stay the course.
Yeah.
Amen?
Amen.
Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but what?
But the Lord delivereth
The
him.
Lord.
Yes.
It ain't Deacon Kirby that deliver you out of the afflictions.
All right.
It ain't Brother Keith that deliver you out of the afflictions.
Amen.
It ain't Sister Marsha.
Yes.
It's the Lord,
Lord.
that delivers you
Amen.
out of your afflictions. Romans, 6th chapter. Newness of life. Newness is different from the former, and life is a way of living.
Yes.
Romans, 6th chapter.
Yes.
Trying to breeze right through this, brother. First verse says what? If you got it, say amen.
Amen.
All right. 6 and 1 says what?
What shall we say then?
Uh-huh.
Shall we continue in sin
Uh-huh.
that grace may abound? God forbid.
God forbid. What?
How shall we that
How
are
shall we that are what?
dead to sin
Dead to sin.
live any longer therein?
How shall we that are dead to sin
Yes.
live any longer therein? When Pastor brought you that case of fish, Deacon, were the fish moving? Why weren't they moving? They were dead.
Yeah.
If you're dead to sin, your flesh should not be moving.
Yeah. Amen.
Those fish weren't moving because they were dead. Now, if you've put sin to death in your life, flesh shouldn't be moving. Amen?
Amen.
You got to put it to death. 3 says what?
Know ye not
Uh-huh.
that so many of us, as were baptized into Jesus Christ, were baptized into his death? Therefore we are buried with him by baptism into death, that like as Christ was raised up from the dead by the glory of the Father, even so we also should walk in newness of life.
When we are baptized, we should be baptized into the death
Yes.
of Jesus Christ. That just as Jesus Christ was raised, when you come up out of the water, you're raised from sin. No more to do it. Amen?
Amen.
And newness of life. And what's it say?
For if we have been planted together in the likeness of his death, we shall be also in the likeness of his
Likeness
resurrection.
of his resurrection, knowing this, that what?
That our old man was crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed.
That the body of sin might be what?
Destroyed.
That the body of sin might be what?
Destroyed.
That the body of sin might be what?
Destroyed.
You get the point?
Yes. Amen.
That lying spirit, that the body of sin might be what?
Destroyed.
That fornicating spirit, having sex when you're not married, that the body of sin might be?
Destroyed. Yes.
That cheating spirit, that the body of sin might be
destroyed.
That backbiting